Hello, welcome. Today we have a special treat for you and for me. Mostly for me because I will be consuming said treats. Anyway, I'm excited. We got some special Oreos and we got some special Coke. Pretty, it's pretty special. Um, so we got Coke flavored Oreos, and then we have Oreo flavored Coke. Believe it or not, crazy! What a crazy world we live in. That I can consume both of these items at the same time, basically. All right, so we're gonna try these in a few different combinations. First, I'm gonna eat the Coke flavored Oreos by themselves, and then I'm gonna try the Oreo flavored Coke by itself. And then I'm gonna combine the Coke flavored Oreos with the Oreo flavored Coke. And then I'm gonna combine them a different way. Oh, what could he be talking about? Oh my god! And then of course I have milk because it's Oreos, and I can't. I don't think I've ever consumed an Oreo without having milk. If I have, it was just because there was no milk available, and I was probably very upset and very sad, and I was probably like probably an adult, you know. I take my snacks seriously. I take my Oreos seriously. Just who I am. I'm a serious guy. All right, let's do this. Oh, it's not one of those special pack. Oh, yeah, it is. Oh. Here we go. Let me you get a look at the bag real quick. I'll do my best. Oreo flavored. Oh, wait. Coke flavored Oreo. Fireworks! Ah! All right. Oh. 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 Well, they smell amazing. I'm not even kidding. They smell absolutely absurd. Like it's ridiculous. Look, like smell that. Smell this. It does smell a little bit like Coke, but mostly just Oreo. I mean, what do you expect, right? All right. All right, we got a cool Coca-Cola can bottle. I'm sorry. Coca-Cola bottle, two of them, and some bubbles. Bubbles. And then the back is it just says Oreo classic, you know. I like the red. I like the classic color. And you know, it smells amazing, and I'm going to do this. Now there's different ways to eat an Oreo. Um I just like to eat them whole, you know? That's just how I roll. That's how I roll. I eat them whole. So let's do this. Coke flavored Oreo. Holy holy shit. That is the that is the best Oreo that they've ever made. It might even top classic. I can't. It's too early to tell if it tops the classic, That would be crazy, right? But it is damn delicious. I don't even know. I don't know how to describe it. Well, it does have, definitely has that Coke there for sure, like undeniably. It even has the carbonation somehow. Uh, it's sort of like a very subtle pop rock sensation. If you ever had those, that's the carbonation. Yeah, they nailed it. Coke Oreo. Wow, all the way. And before I try another one, I'm gonna have to try the Coke. I haven't even opened the box. That's how dedicated I am. And they come in these little, itty bitty, 7.5 ounce cans. It only comes in Coke Zero, and I have to believe there's a reason for that. I'm thinking maybe they tried the regular Coke and it was just too sweet. That was my first thought. Yeah, I mean, I never drink Coke Zero. Why would I do that? If I want to go like sugar free for some reason, which I sometimes do, I'll just do Diet Coke. That I don't get like, I don't really understand the whole zero versus diet. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. They both have artificial sweetener. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Okay. All right. Anyway, it's a pretty can, right? Yeah. I think it looks nice. Fizzy cookie flavored. I'm excited. I'll do it away from the mic a little bit because I have it bumped up a lot. Oh, you guys definitely heard that one. Here we go. Oreo flavored Coca-Cola. Zero sugar. Mmm. Uh-oh. Call me crazy. That's vanilla Coke. I've had vanilla Coke. Sorry. I've had vanilla Coke. And that's vanilla Coke. Let me try it again. Okay. All right, I got some more cream there. Just had to try it a few times. It does sort of taste like diet vanilla Coke. But I got the hint of cream. And now, wow. Now I'm tasting the chocolate. That's crazy. That's wild. You just gotta let it sit in for a little bit. Yeah, I got all the flavors there. I got them all. Definitely heavy on the vanilla though, like super hard. They probably had to do that. I kind of would have preferred more creaminess instead of the extra vanilla. But overall, it's pretty good. I wouldn't drink this ever outside of like this video, or just like I'll try a can probably. But like if I'm eating pizza or something, burger, I'm not gonna reach for the Oreo flavored Coke. It's so sweet. It's so sweet. It's a dessert. It's really dessert, right? It's not. meant to have casually. It makes for a good dessert though. I think like an Oreo Coke float with some like cookies and cream, ice cream. Oh my goodness. There we go. I'm just full of ideas, right? One more sip. Screw it. Yeah. Unlike the sixth or seventh sip, you get all the Coke. I mean, you get all the Oreo. Sorry, you get all the Oreo for sure. Creaminess, chocolateness. Yeah, there we go. All right, this is gonna be fun. We're gonna do an Oreo. Eat Oreo. Take a sip. Yo. Wow. That's delicious. I'm just now remembering what the zero means. It means zero caffeine. I don't know if this is the zero caffeine or not, but that's the regular. Oh, yeah. No caffeine, no sugar, I think. Probably. I don't. No calories? Anyway, whatever. It's a scam. Back to the thing that I was doing before that. That was delicious. That was a flavor explosion. Oh my god. I gotta do another one. One more. Oh yeah. Perfect ratio. There you go. You take a bite of the Oreo. You take a sip. Eat the Oreo a little. Chew the Oreo a little more. Another sip. Done. Perfect. Wouldn't change a thing. However, we're gonna change a thing. Because I'm doing it something else. Yeah, that was great. Definitely try that. That's the dessert. I could probably eat like maybe do 6 Oreos at a time, especially with this Coke. If I'm not having milk, if I'm having milk, I can eat the whole bag easy. But with the Coke mixed in like that, just a little bit here, a little bit there. Scan here to enter bestie mode. I don't know if you can do that, but like through the camera, probably not. Try it out. All right. I'm just gonna finish this off. The little baby cans. Crush. It crushed. You guys didn't see it, but crushed. All right. Got those out of the way. Both great experiences. Together, you just get everything. You get all the Cokes, you get all the Oreo. It's just you gotta experience it for yourself. Absolutely. I would recommend everyone go out. or order these online, whatever you got to do. Next, we're going to do the Coke Oreo soaked in the Oreo Coke. I don't think it's going to be much different than what I just did, because why would it be? But I figured I would try it. Let's go. Yeah. I need to get an ASMR. However you say that thing that I was trying to say. I need to get that mic and secure the fizzing. Sounds like. You guys, you know what fizzing is. Fizzing, if that's. Yeah, fizzing. Alright, here we go. The days are long, but the years are short. Is there any noise better? Any sound truly in the world that is better than pouring a carbonated beverage into a cup? If there is, I haven't come across it yet. Here we go. Coke. It's Coke with Oreo. It's actually they just finally chopped up some more. You got chunks of Oreo. I forgot to mention the big chunks of Oreo in there. I'm kidding. Come on now. All right. We got a Coke Oreo dunked in a Oreo Coke. I'm going to give it about 10 seconds. We can count together in our heads. Okay! Oreo soaked. I have a feeling it's not gonna be enough time. So I'm actually not gonna do it whole. Because I feel like I want it softer. So. Yeah. I barely did anything. Let's do some more time. Let's do like 20 seconds. Oh my god, I gotta stop counting for a second because this is wild. Whoa. They really activated the little pop rocks in there, whatever they have in there. And they are going crazy in my mouth. It's like I didn't have that before. But just adding the Coke, even mixing it in, I didn't have that. But soaking it, I don't know why and how, but that really did that. All right, that's about 20 seconds, right? Probably. Whatever. That's wild. Wild. It's okay. You just got the hint of the Coke there, really. I mean, the hint of the action. Those pop rocks are going crazy. I'm not even kidding. It's almost distracting. It is distracting because I'm talking about it in the middle of my sentence. That's wild, and I can see the pop rocks. You can't see it probably, but the pop rocks are they're actually popping in the Coke. Interesting. Coke Oreo dipped in the Oreo Coke, soaked for 20 seconds. It's 30 seconds. The flavor is the same as just taking a sip, taking a bite, taking a sip, but the sensation is wild, and you gotta do that. Like, just do that. Just soak it. For some reason, when you soak it, it activates all the poppiness, all the, like, you got double carbonation in there. It's wild. Truly wild. Anyway, moving on to the last experiment. We got the Oreo, the Coke Oreo dipped in the regular milk. I couldn't find any Coke milk or Oreo milk combination in my Walmart. But maybe you could. Maybe we could do like a triple threat if they come out with a Coke milk. I'm not opposed to that idea. It sounds not good, but I would try it for you guys, for humanity. I would do that. Okay, let's move on. I love milk, right? But I don't like I love the idea of milk. I don't drink it often. I only have it with cereal, obviously. And Oreos. I'm a firm believer that like you should like they're meant to be together. You should always have some milk with Oreos. If you don't have milk, it, you know, I don't know. Like I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you don't have milk. You should go get some. If you're lactose intolerant, well, you probably can't get the Oreos either. I don't know if that's real cream in there or not, but anyway, let's get to it. Let's do 30 seconds. Boom 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 boom. That's about 10 seconds probably. I don't know. Boom 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 boom. A boom 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 boom. I like my Oreos real soft. Like, oh my god, I want them to just be Oreo mush basically. Yes, perfect. This is perfect. I can already tell because it's crumbling a little bit. I screwed this up. All right, here we go. That's where it's at. That's always going to be the best way to consume an Oreo. Maybe if you take some drugs and then eat an Oreo, that could be better. Drugs, Oreo, and milk. Then you might throw up, but still better tasting. And then I'd take a sip afterwards because you just gotta. That was fire. That was real good. I'm gonna do another while I discuss how that experience was. Yeah, I mean, I got the Oreo hard, and mixed in with the milk, it really popped. Like it made the Coke. Sorry, I got the Coke in there. Obviously, it's an Oreo. I got the Coke in there, and with the milk, it just made it pop with Oreo and the firing, the pop rock thingies. Those didn't activate really as much as they did with the Coke, but still there for sure. Something to do with the liquid makes it go. All right. So there, I didn't soak it as long as I normally would. I had a little bit of crunch, which is still good, but not as good, in my opinion. Yo, I don't know how many Oreos I've had, but I could probably eat about 6 or 7 more, or 10. I could probably about eat 10 more if I really tried. And I probably will after this video. Damn. I gotta go back to the Coke and Coke. The Coke and Coke. I'm not gonna dunk it because that was useless. It just didn't do anything. Best way for this. Yum. I got one more thing I'm gonna try. Put the Coke in there. And I'm gonna take a sip and put the Coke. I get so confusing. Put the Coke Oreo in the Oreo Coke. And then I'm take a big sip of the Oreo Coke and let it sit there for a bit. Oh God, there we go. That's the way. That's the way, for sure. If you want the most fireworks in your mouth, yo, that's the way to do it. Just shove an Oreo in there, drink, fill your mouth as much Coke as you can. Just let it happen. Let the magic happen. Just shove it all in there. Let the magic happen. Okay. That was fun. That was like an experience. That one was an experience. That got to me. I was like, I didn't even know what to say afterwards. How to think or how to react. But yeah, that was crazy. That was like you had all the flavors happening, and you had all the popping happening all at the same time, but like quadruple of what it was like before. That was great. See, it's fun. It's a fun little snack. I didn't know about the popping sensation. I didn't know there was gonna be Pop Rocks in there. I didn't do any research before this. I was just like, yo, this sounds delicious. I'm gonna go find some. And I found some, and we did the thing. The thing is done. I'm gonna rate each experience out of 10. And then I'm gonna do overall rating. Overall rating. The whole thing. Coke flavored Oreo by itself out of 10, and I'm not gonna do this it's gonna be kind of hard. I'm gonna try to not compare it to the regular Oreo. It's just by itself. Like if I never tried an Oreo in my life and I picked this up, took a bite, ate it whole, because that's how you do it. That's how the real ones eat Oreos. I'm gonna give that out of 10 probably a 7, maybe a 7.5. It's really, really good. I'm just not a fan of the dry, cream-filled cookie, you know? Like, it's still sugar. It's still sugar, so it's delicious, and I'll eat it. I'll eat a whole bag if I'm forced to. If someone's forcing me to eat a whole bag of these Oreos, I could do it. And I'd probably be pretty happy with my experience. 7.5 for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna lock that in. 7.5 Uh, Coke Oreo with... Oh, I jumped ahead. I apologize. We're going to do the Oreo Coke by itself. That was okay. It was nothing special. It was like, it's almost like a joke. Like, we're silly. We're going to do Oreo flavored Coke. It's really just a fancy vanilla Coke. There's not much. Like if you put that in a can of like an empty vanilla Coke can, you would probably be like, huh, this vanilla Coke tastes a little bit off. Oh well. It's got a little bit of chocolate, you know. Like I said, it's nothing special. I'm out of 10. It's the only beverage I've tried, not comparing it to regular Coke. First time I had a Coke of any kind, I would probably rate it a 5, if I'm being generous, which I always am. Generous Steve is what they call me. That's what my wife calls me. Yeah, 5. Solid 5. Nothing wrong with a 5. I'm a 5, you know. So, we're good, right? Now the Oreo, the Coke Oreo with the Oreo Coke, that was when I took a bite and then swished it, swigged it, swug it, however you say that. That's what I did. That experience for me was really high. I love that. Delicious, all around, just... That's the Steve's kiss. I can't give it a 10, because that's crazy. Can I give it a 9? Yeah. I'm gonna give it a 9. Yo, that's a good treat. Solid 9. Absolutely. Like, I can't, if I could give it a 10, I would, but I can't give it a 10 because 10 means perfect, and that means like there's nothing wrong with it. And there's some things wrong with it. It's like some parts of it a little too sweet, and yet the popping sensation was great. It wasn't that strong. It wasn't like super strong. When I took a bite and then a swig and then a bite and then a swig and then swallowed it, right? That was, the popping wasn't overpowered at that point. Yeah, 9. 9 is great. Moving on to the Oreo Coke soaked in the Coke Oreo. That was like not much different than just eating the Oreo by itself. Yeah, it didn't really do much for me. The popping sensation was there for sure. For some reason, for some wild reason, the popping was stronger when you soaked it in. You could feel the pop rocks in the Coke more as well. But you could also feel them in the Oreos more as well when you soaked it. But the overall flavor, it just didn't taste much different than just having the Oreo by itself. But I did appreciate it a little more because it's wet, and a wet Oreo is the best Oreo. So I'm gonna rate that higher than by itself for that reason. I'm gonna give that an 8. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I feel pretty good about that. 8. All right. And the last, did we have 2? Yeah, we had 2 more. Let's do the one where I soaked it in the Coke. So I ate the Oreo whole, and then I just didn't stop pouring the Coke. I just would not stop pouring the Coke. That was great. that was a fantastic experience. I love that so much. It just pop and pop, 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 pop. Almost like distracting to the point where I just forgot to experience and enjoy the flavor. But it was still delicious. It was a fun experience. It was really a lot of sugar in there, like a lot of sweetness for sure. Just a lot of stuff happening. Um, God, I almost want to give that experience a 10, but I can't do a 10. I could do a 10. I could do a 10. That's a 9.5. That was just a great treat. Uh, I could eat a few, like maybe three or four. Do that 3 or 4 times, and then I'd be done. Um, I couldn't eat that many of that doing it that way. But yeah, 9.5 for sure. The last thing was the Coke Oreo dipped in the regular milk, not the Coke milk, because we didn't have access to that. Um, Amazing, it's Oreos in milk. You can't get much better than that. You really can't in life. There are few things, especially when it comes to food and desserts. There's so few things that you consume and you're like on every level are satisfied. Even like a good cheeseburger, there's always some like afterwards you're like, you feel like the unhealthiness. You feel like you're like, oh wow, you start judging yourself, looking down upon yourself from the end. You're like, oh man, what am I doing with my life? Even though it's delicious, right? With the Oreo in the milk, there's not much guilt. It's like it's a light snack. You do a couple, you do 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. You know, you're not hurting your body really. That's just it's a little bit of sugar, but you're not going overboard. You don't feel like crap afterwards. It's just a nice experience. Soaking it in as much as I do, or it's like almost mushy, but like a little bit of crunch, tiny bit of crunch still. That's perfect. With the Coke Oreo in the milk, sensational. Not as good as the regular. I don't want to compare, but I have to. It's not as good as the regular Oreo with the milk. It just can't be. I don't think there's any world where they will create an Oreo that is better than the original. This comes very close. The Coke Oreo dipped in the milk. It comes so as close as you possibly can without being the original. And again, it activates like when it soaks in, it activates the popping, and I love it. I love it. So it's like eating an Oreo with some pop rocks, and it's great. The Coke flavor one dipped in the milk isn't super strong. I don't care though. It's still good. Um, that oh man, that's a 10. That's a 10 or like a 9.99, right? I can't go 10. But 9.99 is my final rating for the Coke Oreo soaked in the milk. And that's it. There we have it. That's my review analyses and ratings of the last time I'll say this of the Coke Oreos and the Oreos Coke. Yeah, it was a great time. I'm very satisfied with my experience, and I hope you enjoyed it. I think if you have the ability, go out and get these things. It's just yummy. At the end of the day, that's what you want from a snack. You want yummy, and no matter how I combined these things, every experience was yummy. Um, there wasn't one where I was dissatisfied. There was one that I was just like, it's okay, it's still good. That was the Oreo by itself. But overall, yummy. Yummy. All right. I hope you enjoyed this review. Have a good day.